This is a different sort of video today. I'm doing something a little bit different. But before that, I just need to real quickly, we did a thing. We did a thing, guys. In all seriousness, though, thank you. It's not a big number, I know, and compared to other people's channels, it's minuscule, completely minuscule, but, like, honestly, getting over 10 subscribers was weird for me. I didn't think it would happen, you know, but, like, being at 200, but yeah, thank you, everyone who has subscribed, but yeah, I would like to keep this going a bit longer. I'll keep this going until I can't keep it going anymore, which I don't know when that will be, but we will see. But anyways, yeah, thank you for 200 subscribers, and let's actually get on with the video. Alright, so, as the title says, we are doing a video on the Secret the Mimic trailer. I just want to look at it and give my thoughts on it, because I've done a lot of FNAF videos. I mean, my Help Wanted 1 playlist has 20 videos in it. Really should not be that many episodes long. I feel like I kind of overdid it a little bit. This is a yap video. I'm doing nothing but yapping so far. Alright, so let's just look. I'm going to give my thoughts on what's in it. I've already seen it. I'm just going to talk about the trailer, I'll be real. So, first of all, I got a couple of things to say about it.
So, let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin, has gone missing.
So, already off the bat, with them mentioning Edwin Murray. Now, I've said in many videos before, I am not a FNAF lore scholar, but I do know a thing about the Mimic or two. So, if memory serves correct, his name is Edwin, and he made the Mimic, and it was difficult to put the pieces together. Now, from what I've seen on Twitter, because of course, I know a bit about the Mimic, I'm not a Mimic scholar, I'm not professional, I don't have a degree in Mimic FNAF lore. One thing I will say is I like the environmental design of the factory. Some people say it looks a bit like Poppy Playtime or Gartner Banban. I disagree. I think the environments in something like Poppy Playtime are a lot different in comparison. But I disagree on the idea that it looks like either of those. If anything, this environment looks a lot more polished than something like Banban, and probably up there with the environments I've seen from Chapter 4's trailer for Poppy Playtime.
Leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse.
So,
Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing.
there are some differences. One thing I do want to make clear, where do I sit in the Tales games debate? I sit kind of in the middle. Like, I think that you shouldn't disregard the books. You shouldn't disregard the books. They are important, but I don't think they are everything, alright? I don't think they are everything to the lore. I think there's information in the books you can take and use, and it reflects the games, but I think some of the lore also isn't completely accurate. But that's how it's always been with FNAF. Like, even between games, like, designs change, but they're meant to be the same animatronics. It's really confusing because of the way that this franchise operates. But I think you can take a lot of the information from the books and use it to fit the lore together in the games. I think some stories are pretty much like beat for beat, mostly almost 100% canon, like 99% canon, like stories like GGY. Other things like the Mimic are a bit more difficult, because you got things like Edwin's factory, right? Edwin's factory looks different in this trailer than it does in the book and how it's described. But of course, when has design consistency ever really been a thing in Scott's universe? I see both points on the table for Tales games being canon and Tales games still not being canon, but you can use the books definitely to, like, find lore and answers that are missing, which, I'll be real, I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that you have to read books to understand the lore. I really hope that Scott moves away from this whole book thing eventually, but he just doesn't want to, I don't think. Now, one thing I did see were people talking about a certain character that we're going to get to in a minute, and I'm going to come back to this in a moment. I'm going to come back to this this image, because I have a little theory, alright? I have a little idea.
Developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slim
Tiger Rock.
non-zero chance
Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's take a look at Tiger Rock. Jesus Christ, is that like the tail? Tiger Rock looks very different to how he's illustrated on that one cover, but that's meant to be like a new pristine Tiger Rock. But like this version of Tiger Rock it's old, you know, it's old. Fucking hell. Because Tiger Rock is I don't even think it's called Tiger Rock at this point. It's just the white tiger that David had.
But non-zero chance that you could sustain significant.
There is a car. I'm running out on the road.
Hold on. Am I seeing a thumbnail shot? Am I seeing a Oh man, that's almost a thumbnail shot. I think it's just a bit too distant to be a thumbnail shot. That's not quite a thumbnail shot.
While attempting to retrieve it, including but not limited to.
Okay, I can get a decent look at this. So we've got that's the Fredbear's poster. These are all Fredbear's posters. Okay, so it's definitely open around the same time Fredbear's is. So Fredbear's was open at this point. So if this is taking place in the 70s, I forget when the date of the game is, but it was ages ago. I forget when the date of the game is, but which means Fredbear's was open for quite a few years. You know, like before the bite happened. Which is interesting. We still probably won't see Fredbear's, unfortunately, but well, I have a couple of things. I have a couple of theories to say once we come back. We'll come back around to it. I'll get to them, and then we'll talk about my ideas in a little bit. I'm just talking about things in the trailer so far. So at the minute, elephant costume, same one from Ruin. I never went and did the secret ending in Ruin. Should I go back and do that? Does anyone think I should do that?
Death or dismemberment. We fully
Death or
expect
dismemberment.
the retrieval process to go smoothly and without incident. But
Okay.
just in case,
Alright.
suggest you get
Yep.
your affairs in order before
Mushroom. Different mimic eyes because the head's different, because in the books, again, the books, yes. In the books, the mimic's head, I forget which one it is, but like, the mimic's head is described as being shiny and new in the books, and I think that's after it gets to the Pizzaplex, so the head's been replaced by the time we get to Ruin and Security Breach. Back to work. I like him. I like him. Oh, that's a good screenshot. Look, you can see, people are saying, hold on, it's just, about here, alright, here will do. People are saying this hand, I don't know how well you can see it on OBS, but this hand right here, human arm, people think. I'm not sure, to be honest. It might be, it may be, but considering Scott's track record of censoring things in FNAF games, then I'm not sure. Like, Scott's got a big thing about toning down the horror in the games, annoyingly. Like his books, yeah, alright, his books, alright, yep, you've got death and dismemberment all over the place, blood, guts, gore, but then when you get to, like, his games, like, well, Steelwolf's making them, but, like, they're his stories that he's writing. Like, when you get to the games, he basically scales back on a lot of the blood and that. He did it with Vanny. He, for some reason, got rid of her knife in Security Breach, which is really nonsensical to me. But hey, I don't make the games. I'm not Scott Cawthon, so what do I know? Maybe he is the genius mastermind behind it all, or maybe it's just him being strange. Back to work. Back to work. I like him. He's cool. Okay, so outside, we did see outside at the beginning, but we've got, first of all, Mushroom Man again, and the bee animatronic. I like the Mushroom Man, look at him plodding along like that. So we got out, god damn it. So, what we can see is we're outside, we're on the roof of the factory by the looks of things. So at some point we have to go to the roof. Maybe the game, you start at the bottom of the factory and you have to make your way to the top of the factory by the end. It would be different from something like Ruin and Security Breach, because in Ruin and Security Breach the main goal is to essentially just get to the very bottom of the location to find the thing underneath. But maybe in this game we need to go to the top of the factory? I don't know. Well, that really depends if the entire game takes place in the factory. Tiger Rock. Was that the Faz wrench? Was that the bloody That's a Faz wrench. It's like a really, really old version of the Faz wrench from Ruin and Help Wanted 2. And then you've got, okay, then you've got Helpy. Now we got Helpy, we got Helper, and we have Helpy. Like, here's Helpy. and his first appearance, canonically. I wonder how these terminals are going to play into the narrative and the gameplay. This is one thing I really hope that it's not. I hope it's not just a boring walking sim, like it's looking like it's going to be. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, you can't get worse than Bendy and the Ink Machine for walking sims. Ruin was a bit of a walking sim. I was more invested in, like, the environments than anything else. But I do hope that there's more going on in the game to make the gameplay more fun, because I still don't think they quite have the FNAF free roam aspect fully down, because at the end of the day, what the fuck do you do with FNAF free roam? Like, you put animatronics in a structure, you're in the structure, and you have to navigate the structure and not get jump scared by the animatronics while doing objectives. Like, essentially, like, that is the most basic way to make a FNAF free roam game. I don't know how you would bloody do it any other way, but maybe I'm just stupid. I'm not a game developer. I'd have to think about it. Okay, yep. And then we got Music Man.
Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Thank you for being a valued member of the Fazbear team.
Okay, there's a release date. Yep, I will be playing it when it comes out. We'd need to scroll back through though. We need to see if we can find. Tiger Rock is laying down somewhere around in this segment. I can't find him. All right, first iteration Music Man. He's well sick. I love him. I like his mustache. He looks a lot better than DJ Music Man. This is Music Man. This is like Music Man Senior or some shit. Look at this man. Look at him. But yeah, so we got old Music Man. I like that his mouth has that, like, you know, that they have like those old music boxes, and they have the let me see if I can find an image. Yeah, here we go. All right, so like one of these things, these old music box mechanisms. Like, that he's got that, but like in his mouth. I think that's a nice little detail. I hope that it actually does play music when it like moves, but I doubt it will. It just sounds like it's gonna make a rolling noise as he chomps on your brain and that. I did gloss over this animatronic that has the faceplate sister location design, but I don't think its face is gonna split apart because of the nose. I'll be real, the nose seems pretty much plugged on there. Maybe the bottom jaw will, but nothing else. Dolly is the name of this thing. Looks like it's in some sort of like hospital wing type place. Well, it is like a nurse that probably fixes animatronics, I presume. Maybe it's designed to fix people. Maybe it's meant to be just like an animatronic nurse generally that like is like a health and safety thing. What was Edwin making? Edwin Murray was on some like different shit, man. Like, what was he making? All right, so let's go back to our boy the Mushroom. All right, let's go back to our boy the Mushroom. So, Mr. Fun Guy over here. One detail that's very important is in the book. In the book, there is a mushroom costume, but it's more of a pink and a white. I forget what type of pink, but it's like a pinky purple color. All right. Now, people are saying that because this mushroom isn't the same color, it disproves Tails games. Now that does add up, yeah, that does make sense, right? I do agree with that idea. Only problem, we have this image right here, and in this image there is a mushroom, but it's a plushie of the mushroom, but it's not blue. This mushroom is orange with white spots, so it's not out of the question that even though we don't see it in this factory somewhere in Murray's Costume Manor, there could very well be a pink and white mushroom costume just somewhere in here. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, and I feel like seeing a different color of one implies that there's probably multiple mushroom costumes in the facility anyway. Maybe we will even see it, because we only see like a brief shot of this like mushroom character, and then we see him walking about. Like, we only see this mushroom character and then a plush for another mushroom character. Okay, so now back to outside. Where's outside? Where's the outside? Where is it? Okay, it's here. Okay, so now I have an idea. I think the game may not fully take place inside of this factory. It may have other parts of it that take place Well, not inside the factory, obviously. Part of my reason for thinking this is first of all, it's a short 1-minute trailer, so they didn't show off everything there is. And I doubt they showed off too many, like, let me use the Ruin trailer, for example, real quick. Ruin shows a lot of environments, but only very briefly. It doesn't really show all of the environments. But there were more areas in this game than we actually saw. For example, we went underneath into the caves. Of course, that wasn't shown. There's, like, the big place with the endo. That isn't shown. There's, like, no virtual reality stuff shown in this trailer, like, at all. Like, the entire, like, augmented reality Vanny mask is shown, like, is not shown in this trailer. Actually, well, I tell a lie. It's shown right at the end. Now, where does this filter into my point of my incoherent ramblings? I think it's very possible that we will go to Full Fest at some point during this game. I feel like it's possible that we will see Full Fest. However, I have a counterpoint for myself here. I have a counterpoint as to why we may not see Full Fest, and my counterpoint is, alright, on the roof, it's snowing. Snow in video games typically means it's winter. So it's very possible that this takes place more around November, December time. Now, Full Fest takes place in fall, and fall is basically like I mean, I guess November as well, but like, let's be honest, Full Fest is a Halloween event. Right, it's a Halloween thing. It's advertised as this Halloween circus, and Full Fest 83, which we've seen in Help Wanted, is literally based around Halloween. And if it's snowing, I find it unlikely that we will actually see Full Fest in this game. But it is possible that we may see other environments, and it may be possible that we may see Full Fest. I mean, Steelwall likes to hide things, and so does Scott, so you never know. I've just sort of rambled. Anyone that has listened to me yap for like several minutes, I feel bad for you lot, because I just like am yapping. Who genuinely knows? We won't know until it comes out, to be honest. This is just all speculation. I'm not saying anything here is fact. In fact, I don't believe half the shit I'm saying. That's why I've got, like, counterpoints for myself. Like, fun fact, guys, one thing you should always do when you come up with an idea, you should always come up with counterpoints. Because if you come up with counterpoints, you can basically find more evidence to counter those counterpoints until you have enough evidence stacked on yourself to make your point as convincing as possible. Essentially, have an argument with yourself. I've also seen people confused about this game. I understand why people are confused about this game and why it's called, is why it's a Five Nights at Freddy's game, yet Freddy Fazbear's not in it. Now, I think Freddy Fazbear is in this game. We just haven't seen him yet, because of course, they're not going to show everything in one trailer. I think if we do end up going to Full Fest in this game, which I think is unlikely, we will see a Freddy animatronic or people in Freddy costumes performing, maybe like a proto Freddy. Maybe we'll even see a proto Freddy in this factory, who knows. Again, the thing people have to remember, we are inside of the Murray Costume Manor, which means that this is not a William and Henry facility. This is a different fella. Like, this is the reason why the animatronics are so different and out there. I mean, okay, but like, we're just saying, like, hold on. Monty over there. But there's a reason why everything is so different and out there. And that's the reason why things are so different, like, in this place, and why there's characters we've just not seen before. Like, one thing people have pointed out is the Jester cutout over here. It's possible that we will see that Jester character in the game at some point, because that's not Jackie. That Jester is something else, I'll be real. I do hope he acts differently depending on the costume he's in. I've got no ideas on how he could act differently, by the way. I'm creatively bankrupt right now. I mean, I think the game itself will be longer than Ruin. I don't think it's going to be Ruin length. I think it'll be longer. It's definitely not going to be Security Breach length, let's put it that way. Although I would like it if it wasn't just one set linear path. Security Breach on a smaller scale. A bit more like a Resident Evil, like, map style. Like, you know, like, in Resident Evil, you've got the different areas, right? And you unlock doors to get to different areas, and you can go back through, and you can explore, basically, anywhere in your set area to find things. Like, a bit like a Metroidvania. You need to unlock certain things to go back to certain places to unlock more things to complete the game. I think that would be really cool. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it is going to be a linear experience, unfortunately, which is a bit disappointing for me. I'm sure I'll love it, though. I'm sure I will really like this game. I'm looking forward to it. I have basically barely any queries with this game. Yeah, I like the Funny Bear game. Yeah, that's kind of all I really had to say. I've sort of just yapped for like several minutes. I don't know how much of this is actually going to be like a video. Thank you for watching. I have been Exploderboy. I don't know. Like and subscribe to 300 next. We get 300 next. That's what we're doing. That's where we're going with this. Of course, my outro's inconsistent. Goodbye.